Listen, when God closes a door, he opens a window. Now, what am I talking about? You guys, many times when things in our lives come to an end, right? It's only because God has something better for us, right? He's not just allowing things to be uncomfortable in our lives, or he's not just changing situations around in our lives. But many times it's just God working behind the scenes, right? When you get fired from that job, sometimes that's just God because maybe He got a business for you to start, right? When that relationship ends, maybe He got another relationship for you, right? So it's just the divine hand of God many times that is just working behind the scenes, you guys. And we so quick to say, oh, that ain't God. God wouldn't do. But sometimes it really is God that's doing that. I've learned, right, in this walk with the Lord, that there's three things that does in a human's life. He can allow something to happen, right? He'll allow something to happen. That's you going to suffer the consequences of your own actions. So God will allow something to happen. And sometimes he'll stop things from happening. That's those situations that you know should have turned out in a different way. But because God stepped in and gave you favor, it turned out in your favor. Did you catch that, right? And then God will make things happen, right? Meaning that very thing that you tried your best to avoid, God will put you directly in it, and you have to work your way through it, right? No more running, right? And I've learned, you guys, that we always like to be comfortable, right? But when God closes a door, it's going to make it sometimes uncomfortable, right? But He's got a window open for you, right? He got a window open for you. And I've learned that the blessing is in the uncomfortable place. The blessing is not in the place where you know everything, right? So God will sometimes have to allow something to happen to push you, right? Because if He does not, we'll stay exactly where we are. And I know some of you guys have experienced that. Like, it's just like He pushed you into it, right? As bad as you didn't want to do it, didn't want to go, like, it's like, He pushed you into it, right? And many times God will tell us to do things, you guys, but He's telling us to do these things because there's something better there, right? So He'll end one assignment and then He'll give you another assignment. So it's like, because if He does not do that, you just gonna keep doing that same assignment. But again, like I said, when you're walking with the Lord, right, He's just gonna do different things. He's gonna bring certain relationships in your life. And those relationships are not always relationships that's going to last until the end, right? But they're probably just temporary relationships, right? God sends the person into your life for a certain reason, to do a certain thing. And once that's done, it's time to move on. But then God will also send people into your life, right? These people that He sends into your life, many times, the ones that He sends now, many times those ones are the ones that God is going to use somehow, right? But those ones, God sends those ones a lot of time as destiny helpers or divine helpers. It's people that He put in your life to help you to your next level, because where God is taking you, you can't get there by yourself, right? So I'm just saying, you guys, let's not give the devil credit for everything. You lose that job. Oh, the enemy didn't want me to have that job. That was a good. Sometimes God will close a door so He can open a window. Like I said, you guys, sometimes maybe He got a business for you, right? Maybe you was learning things at the job that you was at, so He allowed them to fire you because you would have just stayed there, right? Because He has a business for you. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes God will leave you in a relationship for a while, right? But that may not be the destined spouse that He has for you. But while you're in this relationship, you're learning so much about relationships, because maybe you've never been into one that was, because when God sends it, you guys, He's divinely watching over that thing, right? He's not pushing it on you and just letting you do. No, there's a time when that relationship is going to end, but maybe God got another relationship for you. But you need to learn what you needed to learn from the previous relationship so you could be successful in the new relationship. You see what I'm saying? So it's not always the devil, child of God. We got to realize that God uses different things in our lives, you guys, because we have to go up. There's different levels. Like I said, sometimes He got to push you into something. So, just trust God. no matter what, just trust God with whatever's going on in your life. I don't care what the situation looks like. You have to know that when God closes a door, you guys, that means he wants to open up a window. But when he closes the door, don't go back trying to open up the door, right? Don't go back trying to open up a locked door, because the enemy would not want nothing more than for you to go back into a door that God has closed, whether it even be a struggle with something, an addiction, or whatever it is. I'm just saying, don't go back into that closed door. God moves us forward. When you go back to a door that he's closed, that means you're going backwards, right? And we press forward to the mark of the higher calling, which is in Christ Jesus. All right, you guys, so I need you to know that when God closes a door, he's going to open a window. So recognize those closed doors and let them stay closed, right? Because there's a window that he's trying to open for you. All right, child of God, I'm praying for you. You got this. Be blessed.